are you living your life by design, or are you living by default? Because it's only one or the other. Are you living by design, or are you living by default? What I say is go ahead and live your life by design, not by default, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you want to earn $250,000 or more a year, work 20 to 30 hours a week or less, have nights and weekends off, take 4 to 5 vacations a year, and be debt-free? Well, if you focus on listings, that's the life that you can live. This is the lifestyle that I lead, and the folks that I've trained in the listing business on how to take more listings, this is what they do. And this is absolutely the life that you can have. And if you raised your hand, you said you want that, it's available to you. Welcome to the Success with Listings podcast, where we help you get success in the real estate game the easy way. Now you can get off the roller coaster of feast and famine and out of the rat race of competing with every other agent in town. Hi, I'm Knolly Williams. I took over 1,000 listings during my first 10 years in the real estate game, and in this podcast, I show you how to have success with listings. Let's go. The next thing that we have in our pre-listing package, now I just want to say this, I've seen a lot of pre-listing packages, and I've used different ones, but I can tell you I've listed over 1,000 houses one at a time. I mean, literally, we've had over 1,000 different sellers, okay, that have raised their hand and said, yes, I want to list with Knolly. One at a time, okay, and this is the pre-listing package that for the last at least 600 deals we've used. And we went from maybe 40, 50 page down to this. Now we still have our book, which kind of tells the rest of the story, and this fills in all the gaps. But with your pre-listing package, it doesn't have to be that big. Now what your homework package does is it's going to have actually 4 pages. The first page is why my home is special, and that helps you get the full scoop on the property so you can have the right ad copy. It makes you look like a genius when you come to write up what we call the ad copy on the home, and it helps your client emotionally separate. So whenever they start doing their homework, they emotionally separate themselves from the house. Okay, I'm going to give you a money piece in just a minute on this homework. Now, the second page is going to be my home's upgrades. So this helps you know the specific upgrades that your seller did so that you can get top dollar. It gives you negotiating leverage over the competition, and it helps you also to write great ad copy. The third homework page, and actually the last 2 pages, are going to be what we call the property info sheet. And this is really data that is specific to the MLS. What we did is we looked at Trillia, Zillow, Realtor.com, etc., and we looked at what the most common criteria that people are checking off what buyers are looking for in a house. Now, when you go to your MLS, you might have 6 or 7 pages of check boxes, but most people don't really care if the house has a bidet or not, right? So you don't have to worry about every single check box. I've come up with a handy dandy, just 2-pager that your client can easily fill out. Now, remember I told you there was some money involved in this? What we always do is I have my assistant to call and make sure that before I go out to the listing, they have the homework packet filled out along with 2 keys. Now, when I get to the listing and I see that the homework packet's already filled out and that there's 2 keys there, what does that mean? I've already got the listing, right? So having them fill this out ahead of time is going to help you secure the listing even before you meet with the seller. Now let's move on. The last pages that we have are some home prep tips, and these are just checklists, okay, to help the seller to go through their house and prepare it to be sold at top dollar. It helps guide the seller on the exact things that they need to do. And then the next thing that we have is the showing tips. It gives them the best practices when it comes to showing their home. A lot of times there's a lot of information that you tell a seller at a listing appointment, and the question is, how much of that information are they really going to retain and remember, right? You're there for an hour and a half. How much are they really going to remember during the listing process? Maybe 10%. And that's why you've got your pre-listing package, and really you've got your book to really kind of jog their memory. So if they ever call and say, hey, what was that I need to do to get my house prepped? Well, thanks, John, for calling me. I really appreciate that. Now I've got a whole checklist right there in chapter 4, right? So you're constantly anchoring them back to your book, right, throughout the process. Now, the third key is your movie, okay? Your movie. So here's the deal. You've got your book, right? What does a famous person have? A book. A famous person has a press kit, and famous people have a movie. You should have a movie. Now, what is that? That is your virtual listing presentation, or you could also call it your pre-listing video. Now, since you guys have been good, I'm going to go ahead and put you a link to my pre-listing video so you can kind of get an idea of what that looks like, or we'll send you a link after the webinar's over. I can't sit there and do it right now, but after the webinar's over, we'll make sure that we send you out an email with the link to my video so you can watch it and you can kind of see what elements go into a great, a well-scripted listing presentation, okay, a virtual listing presentation. That way they can watch you, they can see you in action before they ever meet with you. When they meet with you, they'll feel like they know you already, okay? That's what you really want. Now, let's get into part 4. And I know we're kind of scooting. You can kind of see why I didn't really open it up for a lot of questions on the webinar, because it's a lot of content, and I told myself, I'm going to spend this time with you. I'm going to give you everything that you need to know so that for the next 10 years, 20 years, you'll be able to use this material. I've had people that have come up to me, they've been in the business, like I said, 20 years, 30 years. They've been realtors for 40 years. And they come up to me after a seminar and they say, this is the information that we wish we would have had when we first got in the business. Okay, this is life changing. So the fourth piece that I want to jump right into is the secret lifestyle of a mega listing agent. Make no mistake about it, if you're a mega listing agent, you got a secret lifestyle. Now, are you living your life by design, or are you living by default? Because it's only one or the other. Are you living by design, or are you living by default? What I say is, go ahead and live your life by design, not by default, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you want to earn $250,000 or more a year, work 20 to 30 hours a week or less, have nights and weekends off, take 4 to 5 vacations a year, and be debt-free? Well, if you focus on listings, that's the life that you can live. This is the lifestyle that I lead, and the folks that I've trained in the listing business on how to take more listings, this is what they do. And this is absolutely the life that you can have. And if you raised your hand, you said you want that, it's available to you. You can easily duplicate all of the stuff that I have in my business. You can duplicate all this in your business. Because the thing is, I teach people all the time, I'm a coach, a trainer. Here's the pre-listing video that we use. It's a great tool. My book, my pre-listing package. And one of the things that it frustrates me is that, I teach people how to do all this stuff and they don't do it. And I just tell them, if you would do all this, you'll get the success that you want. Please do it. And so I've come up with a way where you don't have to do any of this. I've done it for you, and it won't cost you a dime. It's free. There's no cost to you. So let's look at it. What I say is, don't reinvent the wheel. I've done it for you. When you think about having your own book, I said, how can I price this to where I can give people their own, basically it's a license, okay? I call it a license to steal. You're gonna get all the stuff that I use, and you're gonna be able to license it to use it in your business without any cost to you, by the way. All you've gotta do is essentially license all the stuff that I have. Now, if you're going to do this on your own, you can do that as well. But if you know you're not going to do it, why not pick up all my stuff at no cost to you and just snap it in? It's in Microsoft Word. It's easy to edit if you want to, or you can go right to press, just change the cover, done. So you get an 80-page guide. You get a lifetime license. So the way copyrights work, and I've been in intellectual property since my early 20s. And the way copyrights work is I'm giving you a derivative copyright license. Now the way that works is, in the US, the way copyrights work is that if you steal somebody's material, there's a fine of $150,000 fine and all that kind of stuff. But if you license their material, it's licensed. It's a license to steal. You can take it and do what you want with it. So you can take the works that I've created and tweak them, do what you want with them. Even the pre-listing package is all in Microsoft Word, and I'll give you that as a bonus as well. Now the books cost less than $3 to print, right? So if you think about it, one of my favorite activities when I go to a closing is I asked the seller, I say, hey, John, did I do everything that I promised I'd do to get your home sold? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Well, John, what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and give you 5 copies of my book so that you can pay it forward and give it, out to anybody that you come across that's thinking about selling their house. Now, 5 copies of your book's only going to cost you $15, right? And you're not going to pay for it anyway because sponsors are going to pay for them. But even if you pay for them out of pocket, $15, you think about it. If you gave John 5 of your business cards, what would happen to those? Right? Now, if you give him 5 books, those are going to go straight to his cubicle, and he's going to, people love giving out stuff, right? And they say, this is my realtor. They'll be bragging on you, right? And I can't tell you how many people that I've helped to get listings just by having a book. People say, oh, well, he's got a book, I'm going to list with him, right? There's a bunch of free bonuses. So free bonus number 1 is my complete pre-listing package. So that whole pre-listing package that we just went through, you're going to get all of those materials in the pre-listing package completely editable so you can make them your own. You're also going to get bonus number 2, which is my virtual listing presentation. And now you can't pop your picture or my picture out and put your picture in. Doesn't work that way. But you're going to get the script that I use to do my video, and you'll be able to do yours word for word if you want to. Or you can take your own video footage and then just use the script that I have. That's editable as well if you want to edit that. You're going to get 14 team member job descriptions. That's free bonus number 3. And that's all the different team members that you'll have, in the future and so on. You're going to get all those job descriptions as well in Microsoft Word. And you're going to get the listing manager training manual that I've used for years to train my listing managers, right? If you don't already have a listing manager, this is the manual that you're going to use to train yourself to get more, take more listings. But it's completely editable. It's in Microsoft Word. So whenever you hire a listing manager, you'll have that document as well that you can just tweak, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So it really is all the tools. If you look here, it's all the tools that you need to succeed in the listing business. And it's also a lifetime license. Right? It's all digital delivery. So when people ask me all the time, well, how am I going to get my stuff? Is it going to come in the mail? It doesn't come in the mail. It's going to be digitally delivered, and all that's going to be delivered to you through email. Okay, you'll get a link and so on. Now, how are you going to get it at no cost? Well, like I said, you're going to get $900 a year just by having the system, because we've designed the back cover as a template to capitalize on your book. It's a preferred vendor program. That's what's in the back cover. And when you look at it, what it is essentially you're going to have 6 vendor spots at $99 each. So you're going to have a handyman, an inspector, a house cleaner, carpet cleaner, a mover, and a painter. And those 6 vendors are going to pay you $99. And what I say is go ahead and collect that every single year. Even though you only pay one time to license the system, you're going to be able to collect $600 a year from these, from these people. Because think about it. If you go on a listing appointment, you're talking to Scott, and you say, hey, Scott, remember we talked about you got a couple of broken doorknobs, you need to get those fixed. I recommend, here's the guy that can do that for you. And then the carpets, remember we talked about getting those cleaned. Here's my carpet cleaning service. That back room that's orange, the orange walls, we need to go ahead and get that painted as well. Here's my painter. And you need to get your house cleaned. We talked about that. So here's the person that I recommend to clean your house. So think about it. All these people get to tag along with you on every listing that you take for $99. That's a no-brainer. I mean, for $99, I get to tag along with you. I paint houses for a living, and I get to tag along with you on every listing that you go on. I'm in. What we tell people, and I have a whole system. I'll show you here. The next thing you're going to have is that you do have that lender spot. Now remember, the lender spot goes right in here, and that's $299. So that's how you're going to be able to generate $900 each and every single year, right? And you'll get 100% of your investment, plus the printing cost. So with that $900 that you're getting every single year, you're going to be able to print 300 books. That's 25 books a month that you'll be able to give out at no cost to you. It doesn't cost you a dime. So what really is, guys, it's what we call a no-brainer. A no-brainer. Now, the other thing I'm going to give you is my proven call script, a follow-up email script, a vendor enrollment form, back cover template, 6 yeses, and you're done. So you're going to get all those templates where you can just copy paste. And what I like to do, if let's say for example I'm going after a painter, what I do is I'll just email 3 painters in the same email and say, hey, here's what I'm doing. It's a preferred vendor program. It's good for 1 year. It's 99 bucks. And the first one that emails me back that you want the slot gets it, right? And that's how you're going to get them filled up real quick, because people are like, wait a minute, I better get my form back in. You know, I give you an enrollment form that they send back to you with the payment. Real easy system. I walk you through that as well on different videos. That's real simple. You or your assistant can do it. I recommend you order yours now. There's a link below. Well, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Success with Listings podcast. If you are serious about taking your real estate career to the highest heights, making more money and helping more clients while working less hours and spending more time with your family, be sure to get your copy of my free book, Triple My Listing, absolutely free at successwithlistings.com. Now, you want to be sure that you subscribe to the podcast and check out successwithlistings.com to get your copy of my free book. Hey, I'll see you on the next one.